Uh, let's see if this can come out the way that it naturally flows. You know, the first flow of water, the eternal flow of water. Proto, the vent, yeah, the cooling the base platform, the eternal still point, and breathing as one, and the importance of breathing as one. That's the salvage mission contracts, which is to regenerate, restore, recode, reprogram. Breathing as one. So what happened is I had a pretty powerful night, but it was not pleasant, if you will. Endocrines, the hormones. I was under some pretty heavy duty vampiric sexual energy attack last night after I posted the truth in a few windows, native spirit. And so I didn't sleep much last night. You know, I was bringing the sage out, and you know, I don't even remember what time it was in the middle of the night, and then I'm hearing, you know what a vibrator is, right? They had the vibrator going again down below, um, uh, different times, but the vibrator's been going. You know, I'm an lop hoi hoi negative 13 reversal spiral. You know, monadic reversal, and and then and then I experienced it in the middle of the night. You know, I can feel the vibrator. You know, if you're in my room, you're looking around, go, where are you experiencing this vibration coming from? It's down below the ground. Walk outside, down below the crust, if you will. The you know, on the island here, right? It's down below me. And then when I woke up, well, I didn't really wake up. I've been awake most of the night. I didn't really go to sleep. For self-evident reasons like cell breathing reasons. And I was sort of hesitant to share some things because of an experience that I had last night, and whether I'm even going to share it in a public way. In the past, it would be for security reasons. Okay. And particularly as that relates to, I'll just leave it to the rest of you that even watch this channel, because not everybody sees the same video at the same moment, right? The mathematics of re-encryption. And but I figured that you would know why it is I entered into a it's actually just the technical of the mathematics is really just you know, only God source can know, and that's why I serve the one, the silver and gold mated one. The level of complexity, which is the level of detail, the complexity of the mathematics, and I ever since I was 4 years of age, I implicitly trust the one I'm with, which is the one I serve, and that's what an electrical contract is. I'm choosing to serve forever on behalf, but it's not behalf. The first electron donor. And so that's when the attacks came, after I was sharing information about who we choose to contact and then contract electrical service contracts with others, and particularly as that relates to base 10 and then base 12. Right, who we're contracting with, which is who we're contacting with as a situational state of awareness between one node, if you will, and another node in a network. So now you're in a network, like How It Works, Chapter 5 in the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the net, loss, and gain. The networks, the net loss and gain of equal sharing, which is divine right mathematical order, which is divine right timing, which is divine right balance. So we're breathing in balance because we're breathing with the one, the first one, the true still point of a real vacuum. So that means we're not choosing to give electrical consent to power something that doesn't exist, unless we're choosing to give electrical consent to something that doesn't exist. Now our sanity is being questioned. Which one are you? Right, so now I'm back to my childhood. I know what's real because I know what I am. I'm Manu. Ireshe. And how that relates to the trap, or what I call leashes, collars, and cages. It's mine. I own you. You're my military property. I need you to be a battery-operated slave providing electrical power because we're running a war machine, the Wayback Machine. And so I have been slowly but surely over the years been eliminating contacts that I choose to give electrical power to. Right? And how that relates to the shields are up and consuming up their reserves when shields are up. Now we're back to losing power and gaining power and the accretion level speed of our creative quotient. A free creative expression. Love is a natural free creative expression as a free spirit. Experiencing being whole, experiencing being one, breathing as one, in divine right mathematical order, which is divine right timing, which is divine right balance, which is equal sharing. So we're all experiencing being equally loved. Now we're experiencing breathing as one. Because the codes, the breathing codes, fire right on time. Right? The mathematical timers. So that was a pretty powerful night last night. And so it's not a coincidence. And it's not a mathematical coincidence. As a matter of fact, about 45, whatever, it was a little while ago. And I lie down on an air bed. You know, it's just like an inflatable stuff. It's an inflatable bed, okay, and air waves. And so when I went to get up to go have some electrical cocktail, you know, chlorophyll, I noticed that the air was down on the bed. I'm going, hey, that's a first. I have not noticed that before, but I noticed it then. See, in other words, I haven't done anything. Nothing's happened to the bed. I just was lying on it for a certain period of time, no time. And then I noticed, wow, it lost air. Where's it losing air in? How'd that happen, right? And so you can, what they were doing last night down below, actually what's happening simultaneously. So I don't question it. It's no big deal. I just put some more air in it and see what happens next. Because I implicitly trust whatever happens next is what I'm supposed to experience next at the completion of a circuit, breathing the right codes, air song, 333, and how that relates to acres and the township and rain mapping system that they use, like 640 acres. You ever seen one of those maps? A mathematical map of 640 acres, otherwise known as a section, and how that's related to addresses, right? As access points, as transactions, right? Point-to-point transactions of electrical contact, as electrical contracts, just like the address here on this property, tied to the property owner, who we're choosing to contact and who we're choosing to electrically contract with, to breathe with, the breathing cycles. So this is just another file share. It was a very powerful night. So what I do is I share the symptoms. I share what I've experienced, right? And so those folks that listen and hear what I have to say can translate that through their own perceptive filters, the mathematics of filters like purity, the water column, the spinal column, right? The central nervous system. And running anxiety-driven programs, spiritual torture chambers, the cage, right? And so breathing right on time, breathing the right code, the right holographic codes, breathing the right mathematical codes, and feeling better, right? More is less. Less is more. Less is more power. right? So that's why I shut down a whole bunch of apps last night. I can remember a time not that long ago when I thought, I want to go back to one of those old phones. Remember the rotary phones? When I was a kid growing up and had a tree house and the neighbor had a tree house, we used a tin can and string. Hey, they used to call it the coconut wireless, which means news travels fast between one cell and another cell. Now one cell communicating to another cell mathematically knows what's going on because we can translate the codes like CDT plate translators. The speed function of the metabolic rate of speed, the electron transport, oxygen, the fuel, burn of gas, noble gases. So anyway, I thought I'd share that. Yeah. I found something last night that was put in my face by the Bureau of Indian Affairs. And in the opening introduction of the holographic text, the Bureau of Indian Affairs was informing us that they you know what a disclaimer is, like a disorder follower, a disorder, the order sequence of the DNA. They said that they make no claim as to the authenticity of the reality of what they're communicating to us. If you go to look at the online page of the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So I posted that in a couple other native spirit windows to say, you realize what they're actually saying. As that relates to what? Electrical contracts as contacts between one network and another network. Base 12 and base 10. Someone just told me, that sucks. I've had a terrible night. Okay. That's why we're here. Yeah, the Aurora platforms. Inner crystal rainbow. The inner crystal pink wave. I'll catch up later or tomorrow. Lots going on. Yeah, lots going on. Yeah, lots going on. Yeah. Tell you what, I'll leave you a hint. If you go to the San Bernardino National Forest in Southern California, go take a look at the rate of spread in a mathematical water table over the last couple of days on a fire called the Lion Fire. Mathematically mapping star maps. The speed function, and loss and gain of electrical transport. Yeah, so anyway, have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful day. A sunshine day. The rainbow shine. The very first shine. The very first sun. Eternal sun. Air sun. Aya. Kirashe. Ita Urshale. Perfect balance. Fire and ice. Crystal ice. Crystal structures. 2-4 square. The crystal cathedral of the Sophionic Rashabadi. Aya.